Tell about the time that school officials managed to catch you guys sneaking a beer or two.
Yeah, it wasn't a beer or two. We had a pretty unique opportunity in our senior year. I mean, we were running around back in this big parking area, and we found an 18-wheeler, and I just happened to, with a couple of friends, we happened to kind of check the back door, and it was open, and so we opened it thinking that would be a great place to sort of hide and be, continue this game, and it was full of pallets of unmarked, unlabeled beer from the brewery, local brewery. And
cases and cases.
Yeah, just pallets all the way to the back. So we decided that it was fair game in that it wasn't locked up. No one was there. It was like, it's almost just a gift for the senior class of '96. So we had a couple months there where our general fitness as a class probably went downhill quite a bit because we had basically an unlimited supply of free beer.
And you had a really good way of hiding it too when they finally came.
And
so you thought,
most of it we would just we'd take back out and throw in the garbage or recycle the bottles or whatever. But there were times where twice it actually happened where we were wrestling in the night, which boys in our school, we were always pretty rough, and we'd smash a hole in our wall, which is just plaster, and we'd have to fix it. That was like commonplace in our school. And one time we popped a hole in the wall, and we sort of had a bunch of beer in the room, beer bottles, and we didn't feel like trying to recycle them, so we just stashed them. And there's 2x4s. The framing was in there, and you could just kind of stack them on that stuff. So we stacked a whole rack in there, and it looked kind of cool, and it was a clever spot. And then over the course of that couple months, we ended up putting a lot of beer bottles in our wall, and sometimes they'd fall down in between, and they'd go down, and you'd hear them go down like 10 or 15 feet to whatever was the floor down below, and it was probably not the most responsible decisions we were making at that time, but.
And then the school official came in and knew.
Well, they had a room search at one point, and the room search, we thought it was going to be like a come in, like look around, and nope, nothing here. And they were like, we knew we were in trouble when they flipped our mattresses off, took the sheets off, looked for cuts in the mattresses where we might have sewed our mattresses up, and we were like, oh, we're so dead. And they pulled out the dresser. They checked under all the drawers. They took every drawer out of all the dressers, looked for hidden compartments and everything, and they were going to town. And when they pulled out the dresser, you could just see, because the paint wasn't even dry. We'd done it 40 minutes before that. The paint wasn't even dry, or we'd finished it off, and they could see it, and they just poked it in and pulled it out, and there was just beer bottles and porn magazines and all kinds of bottles of booze and bad stuff. So